Good morning, Libras. Thanks for hopping on board the Libra Love Boat. You don't have to be a Libra to hop on board the Love Boat. If you feel drawn to this channel, this reading could very well be for you, so you might want to give it a try. These are general readings. They're not going to apply to everyone, you know that. But there's some Libras out there that's going to need this message, or they're going to identify with it. Libra, Libra, Libra. What's the energy all about today? You've got some people around you that feel that, they're looking for a handout. Let's just put it that way. People feel your energy, maybe your abundance, your good nature, whatever, and they feel that they can take advantage of you in some fashion. There are some people around you like that, taking you for granted. Universe is saying spend more time with friends. Some of you might be isolated or isolating yourselves. Yeah, you're feeling more sexy than you have lately, I think. And you should get out with your friends. Go party a little bit. Somebody's wanting to chase you now. So could you have been chasing someone? Are you chasing someone? Are you playing a game with someone, Libra? We'll find all that out in a bit. Some of you are studying something, maybe going back to school or getting into some creative project that you can enjoy learning more about. It's part of your mission, okay? It's something that you feel you have to do or you're drawn towards. Ooh, yeah. Okay, right on top of the card that said you need to spend more time with your friends is going on a date. To me, that's saying you got to get out there. You're not going to get to go on a date sitting on the couch. So if you feel like meeting someone or getting to know someone, or just an old friend that wants to take you out. Anyway, that feels like it's a romantic partner of some sort, though. Not like a friend of your same gender, but maybe someone new that you're going to meet when you go out. Yeah, do you think maybe you've been looking for love in all the wrong places? That doesn't actually mean, physical locations. It's just maybe you're looking for something that doesn't really suit you, or you feel like you're always finding someone or getting involved with someone that just isn't your type or doesn't work out. Okay, you might have been having a run of bad luck when it comes to relationships, and you feel like you've just been going about it the wrong way. You need some revising in the way you approach emotional connections, maybe. Okay, someone feels your energy. I think this is someone that you know, someone that you may have chased or you showed a lot of interest in, and now they want something real with you. And it looks like they're going to have to chase you now. That's what I was saying. Are you playing some kind of a game, cat and mouse over here? Come and go with someone? Okay, you're dealing with somebody who may drink a bit. Maybe not to access, But they depend on having a drink, like somebody that comes home after work and's got to sit down and drink half a bottle of wine or something like that. This person has a routine. Doesn't mean it's destructive. And this person also, they're always looking for validation. They're rather insecure. So attention is really special to them. When they get attention, they feel more glorified. So, and you want to watch out about this person if you care about them, if they're in your energy, and this is someone that you're dealing with. The drinking and getting a little bit more relaxed or, free-spirited when they're drinking, this person looks for validation. So if they're not getting that validation, they may wander. Because they're insecure and they just need it. Yeah, I think you're dealing with someone that you may have been the interested party at first, but now they seem to be more interested in you than you are in them. So your passion, your feelings for this person are subsiding. Whatever you had going on here, you're not feeling it the way you used to, but they are starting to catch on now. They're starting to catch the bug. Some of you just might want to move away. Just physically, just move. You've had it in your environment. People around you are too dependent on your energy. You feel responsible for people. They try and take advantage of you. Well, they might not try and take advantage of you, but they just, you're an easy, you're a pushover. They feel that, they take you for granted. That's what happens. Yeah, some of your intuition might be telling you that, you need to take a chance. You need to follow your divine guidance, and that'll lead you to new territories. So use your intuition, and your own wisdom, your built-up experience and intelligence. Count on yourself a lot, Libras. Have more positive feelings about yourself. You could be an overthinker because you're a Libra. Librans tend to overthink everything. You just can't stop, and sometimes it's to your own detriment. If you could just stop. Focus on something else than whatever's, bugging you at the time. Then you see things more clearly. As long as you're caught up in your head, it's always a battle between heart and mind or whatever, Got to let it go. I know it's impossible sometimes when you're in a situation where there's no clarity or whatever, or you think you have all these feelings for someone or whatever. There could be a lot more reasons behind that than you're in love with them. There's a lot of reasons for feelings and stuff. Some of it is like childhood wounds that you carry with yourself that you need to revisit. Yeah, I think right now is a time for you to grow, Libra. The year's coming to an end. Oh, and by the way, I forgot to say happy Thanksgiving to you the other day. So, happy belated Thanksgiving. Alrighty, I hope it was a good one for you. I just forgot it was even going on, to tell you the truth. Till it just snuck right up on me. Anyway. This is a time for growth now. Someone can't stop thinking about what you said or did. Said and did, let's say. Yeah, you stopped them in their tracks. Now it's just, if you've got this person on your mind all the time, they can't stop thinking about what message or you relayed to them. It shocked him. Maybe it turned on a light bulb. I don't know. But you do have a very strong spiritual connection with this person. And that's probably why you can't get them out of your energy, or you feel like, you're trapped in their energy. Things just haven't been worked out, possibly. Yeah, a lot of you are just tired. It's been a long, hard year. And you're tired. And you're probably glad the holidays are here. He'll give you a little bit of time to relax, or a little time off from work, or just, to sit back, have a cocktail. Just relax a little bit. You're tired. But, you don't feel like you can relax. You don't feel like you really can take that time, because right now you have a lot to prepare for. I think you're getting more and more on your plate, because this is a time for you to grow. So you want to rest, you're tired, but there's something about you that won't let yourself really get a full-on rest. You got to keep moving. I think maybe you're inspired. Yeah, and a lot of you just want to be alone. You really like your alone time. And I think you need some time for contemplation. A lot has transpired around you. Yeah. You have a lot of stuff going on in your life, or you will be soon. And then you've still got this person that's this spiritual connection that you can't seem to tie up with. You're at odds with, or, there's a lot of loose strings here or something. We'll get to that. We'll get to it. Yeah, you've got a lot of qualities that people don't even know you have. I think you spend quite a bit of time alone. You like it. You like being alone, and that's okay, because that means you're secure within yourself. You can stand your own presence. A lot of people can't bear being alone. Oh yeah, okay, this person broke your heart once. And you're afraid they're going to do it again. That's a spiritual connection here with you. So this could be a karmic. This could be a karmic. A lot of spiritual connections are karmic, Because they need to be worked out. Could be something from a past life, the 5D, or whatever. It's something that needs to be continually worked out until you get it together. If you get it together in this spiritual connection, get on the same level, and you're reciprocative, and you enjoyed all the same things, and you know what I'm talking about, then it would be great. But there's always a lot of things in the way, because a lot of times you just get together at the wrong time in life. You meet somebody, man, there's sparks, something clicks, but you've got a bunch of junk going on, and so do they. Plus, they have a much different personality than you, probably. All kinds of stuff that you have to explore before you can invest. I don't know what's going on between you two, but I'll tell you here in a minute after we start throwing some tarot. Yeah, you feel that this person's been a snake in the grass. They broke your heart, or came darn close to it. You don't want to go there again. You like this person, you're drawn to him, but you don't want to go through that same kind of pain. You're hoping they'd change, come back correct. Yeah, a lot of you are starting a new life. With the end of this year, projecting into 2026, you're going to have some amazing things happen for you. That's like a rebirth. I believe it's in your career. Whatever you feel it is your mission, whatever you're into, it's going to happen for you. In a big way, it looks like. Yeah, this person was a player, or you felt they were a player, and you feel like you were seduced by them. Yeah, it was like, you felt the spark, love at first sight, and all that, and then they love bombed you. That's what I'm assuming here. I don't like to assume, but if you were seduced by a clever player, that's what they do. They seduce you, they love bomb you, because that's what they're after in the first place. Or sometimes they're not even after that, their own personal enjoyment or their own personal gratifications. Sometimes you can get seduced by a player because the main thing that's on their mind is to hook you into their energy so that they can control you down the road. They, put you on the shelf so they can come back and play with you later because they've got you hooked sexually. See? And they could also lie and make you believe things that they're going to do or you're going to do together or whatever, and that's just part of their game. It's part of the play. So you feel that this person was a clever player and they seduced you. Okay. Now that can go for a man or a woman. Woman can seduce a man just as probably better, faster and easier than a man can seduce a woman. So when I'm reading cards, you know that I'm reading for guys and dolls, Guys and dolls. Both of you. I know most of you are females out there in the viewership world, but I got guys that watch me too, and this information is just as objective towards them as it is towards females. Whoa, okay. Now this clever player, they're wanting a fresh start. The cards are saying be open to it. I mean, if you know what's going on and you're in control of your life, if it's maybe just for curiosity alone, be open to it. They can't hurt you. Talk to them. See what's really going on in their head. You don't have to commit. You don't have to tell them how much you love them or any of that kind of stuff. Don't have to tell them what you know about them or anything. Just have a casual conversation so that maybe you can pick up on where they're coming from and what their true feelings really are. You'd have to use your intuition and read between the lines, but be open to them if they want to come back and talk about a fresh start. It's only fair that you listen to their ideas. Like I said, if you met each other, love at first sight, sparks flew, all that, that doesn't mean it's perfect. You got baggage, they got baggage, you met at a different, in an unopportune time. So, it needs to be worked out. You might want to give them the benefit of the doubt is what I'm seeing here. But then again, that could change when I throw out these tarot cards. Let's see what they're really thinking, what's on their mind. Oh gosh. They've been through a tower. Yeah, they feel like the world's collapsing around them. They're having a bad time, basically. They're learning themselves a big lesson. This could be karmic. Like I said, right off the bat, I said this feels like a karmic relationship. That doesn't mean it's bad, doesn't mean it can't work out. This means that you're learning a big lesson, suffering a little pain through this, right? Yeah, they broke your heart, or came close to it. Some of you might be a little tougher if you've been through this kind of stuff before and it hurt, but you didn't let your heart break. Others of you went ahead and just cried it out, maybe did a dark night of the soul. But now this person's really feeling the karma. They want it to end. They want it to end. I get the feeling that they're realizing the lesson that they're learning too. Yeah, they want it to end. They want to get out of this. They've got some pain, but they're moving out of it. This Tower card here is in reverse, so they figured something out. They might have done some work, but they're moving out of this pain. So they're not feeling as bad as they used to. They're still carrying some with them, but believe me, they've been in some real rough water, and they can, they have an idea of what they need to do to create a smoother life for themselves, or a smoother environment right now. They might have come up with a plan here while they were in this tower, while the world was collapsing around them, or they're getting this great vision, this realization. Wow, yeah. They feel like they're losing a really great opportunity with you. That's what's bugging the heck out of them. They're trying to come back to your direction because they know they'll feel better if they get back in your energy. Yeah, this person has been thinking about a life with you. What an extended relationship, in longevity could mean, and they see abundance there. They see abundance and a good life with you. Having a good time, nice home, everything you need. That's what they're fantasizing about. And they want a fresh start. So, be open to it. Go ahead. As much as you're hurting, you're in pain, just grit your teeth, read the message, or however they contact you. Take a deep breath and just start trying to figure it out. Like I say, use your intuition. Don't judge this person. Don't condemn them. Libras are pretty quick to judge and condemn because, you're in your head so much. Even though you may not have figured it out, you think you figured it out. But then the next day, you're like, oh, I didn't figure that out. I'm feeling something else now. And you're just boom, boom, all the time. And so going through this kind of mental process, this seesaw, you'll come to some snap judgments that may not be true, but you tell yourself that they're true. But then again, the next day you'll go, well, that might not be true. Let me investigate this some more. And then the brain just keeps going and going and going. It's like a battle between heart and mind, Whoa, they're feeling guilty. They destroyed the relationship, didn't they? Sabotaged it or something, because they're feeling guilty now. They're feeling guilty. They're feeling bad. They lost out on something that they feel is great. They probably didn't see your value at first because all they were thinking about was seducing you. Playing you. They probably had no intention of falling for you or anything like that. They're just going to hit and run. Or keep you hanging around for a couple of weeks or whatever until they got too caught up in it, or something sweeter went by, or they thought they were going to miss out on something else or whatever. They probably ghosted you or separated, put some time between you, Might have been a short period of time to start out with, and then maybe a couple weeks go by, and you're like, what? Where have they been? They come back, and there's no big deal. They don't really tell you what's going on or what they've been up to. They beat around the bush. You might be getting a little annoyed with them. And you're going to tell them something like, I can't handle this. I just can't, I don't know what's going on here. Anyway, you expressed something to them, and then you left. Okay? You left this person. You couldn't take it anymore. And so it looks like distance made the heart grow fonder here. They've had some time to realize. They can't sleep at night. They're tossing and turning. They're waking up in the night. They might be having bad dreams. They're just very, very uncomfortable. This could be a person that never had any problem sleeping. They just went in there, their head hit the pillow, and they just nodded out. Boom. And now they're freaking. They're waking up in the night, or they can't go to sleep. No matter how much they drink here or whatever, that's just making it worse for them. Okay. That's a tough one to read. Let me put another card down. That's drastic. All I can look at it, right now is that during the Tower moment, that's when they came to this realization that they were losing everything from you. They want to come in. They know they have to come in and try and save this relationship. And they're going to have to offer you something. It's going to have to be big and it's going to have to be truthful. They might start out by saying what a great couple you could make. Power couple, How you could grow together, make money, find abundance, and whatever. They might say they miss your partnership, of being partners. They miss your company, something like that. But they know that they're not on your level, and they're going to have to rise up, and they're going to have to meet your expectations. They want to give you something, but if this person's just really been holding back in every aspect, they know they got to make a big move. They have to level up, or they're going to lose this Ten of Pentacles in reverse over here. They got to level up. They got to make that card go upright so that they can have the dream here that they seem to care about now. This fresh start, They want to hand you this Ace of Pentacles. They really do. That's the fresh start, and it's in abundance. They feel like they're losing money. This is abundance and everything, but there's so many pentacles here. This person, they see that you could be influential in their life, and you could bring abundance into their life. Yeah. But it's going to take a partnership. It's going to take an equal give and take partnership in order for you guys to grow together. I think they understand all that. They do. This player understands all that. Most players realize they're players. They just don't go around willy-nilly. They know what they're doing. Yeah, they're losing it. They are losing it. Now they've got their Four of Wands in reverse here. They see you moving away. Maybe not physically, but just distancing yourself mentally and emotionally from this person. Oh, they have great passion for you. Yeah, almost like a twin flame energy maybe or whatever. And they thought that they could really have a lot of fun with you. Have a great connection. Enjoy people, travel, party. Keep it light and just always passionate. A great love here that's shared and mutual. That's what they feel like they're losing. They had something perfect and beautiful in their grasp, and now they're losing it. And they're in a Nine of Swords in reverse. That's guilt. They're feeling guilty and foolish and horrible about themselves. Now, you might like to hear this, but this is pretty painful for this person. If they put you through, they broke your heart, so you could be sitting over there going, wow, well, good. That's what they deserve. And I'm not going to say that's wrong. If the universe is delivering them out karma with this Tower card, then that's what they deserve. And if you think it and say it, so be it. Although I believe that most of you have a little more empathy for this person than that. If you loved him at one time, or you still have feelings for him, well, we'll see what happens. Let's get some more cards out here. Judgment. Yeah. I got karma written all over this, And they want a fresh start. There it is up there. Judgment cards, new beginning. But they're going to have to rise up to your level. They know it. They're going to have to give you what you want. They've reached a point where they can't play you anymore. You see through it, you know what's going on, you've set your standards, you've set your boundaries, and now they have to bring it. And that's, for some reason, that's really rough for this person to do. Yeah. They're just sitting there wallowing in their karma right now and feeling guilt and remorse for all the loss that's coming down on them. This person's not in a good place right now. Oh yeah, they're reminiscing for sure. They're reminiscing. They're very fond of you. You feel like home to this person. They want to come home. Yeah, they love you. They feel like you're a soulmate. If this person even understands soulmate. They believe that they think that you belong together in this world. Okay. So, what are you thinking? You're thinking that you're just about healed up from this. And that you had a lot of patience. You might still be waiting for this person. Still being patient to find out what's going on with them. But you're pretty much healed up, I got a feeling here. You're over the bend of this broken heart. Like I say, you're maybe a little, you might even have shocked yourself how soon you got over this feeling, because I think you're used to this happening and carrying on for a long time to you. But this, you might have shocked yourself that you had the strength and fortitude to get through this healing pretty quickly. Yeah, you're your own unique self. You stick out in a crowd. You're very unique, and you like that about yourself. You might wear different clothing or act differently. Just have a whole different makeup about yourself. You're just different, and you like that. When you walk into the room, people, look at you, and you like that. You like to be unique. Right now, you could be running out of energy, though. You don't have the energy for this anymore. This was exhausting and painful. Yeah, you're an emperor. You're a lot wiser than people give you credit for. I mean, you could be a leader. Your decisions you're making are good. And you want someone to match your energy. Well, you're reaching way down when you're going for this clever player. Even though there is a spiritual connection between you, soulmate kind of vibe, your justice is that you're going to get somebody that equals you. And the advice is, don't settle for less. Feel somebody owes you an apology. Yeah. You feel this person owes you an apology. That they're kind of immature when it comes to love and romance and all that. They might come in. Well, you're just expecting them. Your intuition is telling you this person might come back and try and apologize. I think you'd like that. At least you'd know they had some kind of feelings for you. Yeah, you discovered something about this person. Your intuition was right on. You discovered they were a player. Yeah, okay. Now your lover's cards are in reverse. Yeah, you had your eyes set on this relationship to be a great thing, a good partnership. Like, they're even thinking it. You might have talked at some time, or had something going on that you were going to work together, and you might have talked about how you could have been a power couple, and your energies combined would have created a great partnership, But you know what? You're doubtful about that. Everybody's doubtful here. They're doubtful. You're doubtful. They want a new beginning, but they're afraid, and they're afraid. Wow, there's the Emperor and there's the Empress, right on each other. And these are your cards, and I just got through saying, yes, you are going to find someone equal to you. That's your destiny. Is this person going to rise up to it? Do they have the ability to change and rise up? Well, they're being judged. They're getting lots of karma. Maybe they'll get some clarity. They do. I want to say they love you, but what I'm getting here is a fondness, a deep affection for you. This person hasn't processed love yet. This person doesn't trust love. This person doesn't really actually live within a loving environment or vibe or whatever. It's like love just doesn't exist in their makeup or their mentality or whatever. They're in it for the pleasure. Simple pleasures. They're very simple when it comes to love. It's like, I don't know, sophomoric. I don't know how to explain it just yet. Yeah, and you feel like you're not going to find your happiness with this person. That doesn't mean you're not going to find happiness. You are going to find happiness. You're going to find your Emperor or your Empress. I mean, how often do you get two cards right on top of each other like that? Okay, it has so much powerful meaning. This is the power couple that I was talking about over here. But your Sun card's in reverse too. I mean, everything over here is just in reverse. But that doesn't mean you're not going to get it. That just means you're going to have to change some things about yourself. Get more education. Go change your appearance. Get some new clothes. Get a new mindset. Hell, just, get a haircut and a manicure. I don't know, but you just have to tweak something about yourself if you want to get back on track. You're healing. You're pretty darn healthy. I think this Sun card might go in the upright once you finish healing. Okay? Well, I don't know if this person's coming back yet or not. We'll have to look at that on the next reading, like we always do. Yeah, this is a pretty straightforward reading today. It wasn't hard to read at all. So, like I say, this doesn't identify with all of you, but whoever it does, hope you got something out of it today. Thanks for stopping by. Until we get together next time, peace and love to you, Libras.